Good morning, everyone. I'm in my bathroom right now. Not sure if I've recorded in my bathroom before. I'm officially 1 year older. So I recorded last night, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. So just in case, here are my nails. I did them last night. They look a lot better now that I've showered. They were really messy right after I did them. I really kind of debated what I was gonna do for this video. And I wasn't even sure I was gonna talk about this, but I don't know. I'm sure that even though this is something that feels really silly to me, I'm sure it's something other people have experienced. I don't know, maybe it's worth talking about. I don't know. I may cut this whole part out. Birthdays have kind of always been a weird time for me because I haven't really talked about this on this channel, but for most of my life I've had pretty bad anxiety and depression. Like, I'm neurodivergent. It just kind of goes hand in hand if you're living in a world that doesn't really understand you or accommodate your needs. Well, I haven't liked myself very much for most of my life. It's only been the past couple of years that I started to feel, if not liking myself, then at least neutral, as opposed to actively disliking myself. And I was never like actively a harm to myself, but I definitely had the mindset of if something happened to me today, I wouldn't care. You know, like just reckless behavior when I was like in high school. And pretty much I would freak out every year on my birthday because it meant that I survived another year and it felt like I had no control over my life. So there was a really long time when I wouldn't tell people I wouldn't celebrate, I wouldn't tell people that it was my birthday because it just like I didn't want to celebrate because it just felt like I felt panicked more than anything else. I don't know, it feels kind of dumb to talk about. Like, yeah, out of all of the things that having poor mental health did, like making it so one specific day a year was kind of ruined isn't that big of a deal, but like it always felt like a big deal. But yeah, I very vividly remember several different years where I just would have complete mental breakdowns. Really, I think the first time since I was, really little that I actually let myself celebrate was my 21st birthday because I was a senior in college. It was my last year really getting to, celebrate with my friends. And I did have a lot of fun and it felt really different. But anyway, if anyone knows that feeling, if anyone's gone through that, it does get better, even if it doesn't feel like it for a really long time, because, that was kind of how I was from when I was like 10 until I was 21, so does it last forever? No, but you really have to tough it out. Here we go, I found my mascara. That's my little nugget of wisdom. I'm just doing mascara, I'm not feeling fancy today. Just like want to be nice enough that I can feel a little pretty when I go out in public, but nothing crazy. Because I have an appointment to get my new tattoo at 10, and I'm just gonna get sweaty. Today's itinerary. I should brush my teeth too. I made tea. Where the hell is my tea? I have my tattoo appointment at 10, and then I'm gonna go get a coffee somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. I think I'm gonna come home and take a nap. Have some chill time because I'm gonna be worn out after that appointment. Not necessarily from like pain or anything, because like I know what to expect and like it's uncomfortable, but I'm not really apprehensive for that. I just have terrible social anxiety, and having someone touch me for 45 minutes to an hour is going to be a lot. So probably gonna come home and take a nap. Don't know what I'm doing for lunch. Oh, we're going to the brewery probably around 1 or 2 because it gets really busy on Saturdays. And then depending on how exhausted I am and how much it hurts to walk, I might just stay home and chill. My family and my dog. And then I get pesto pasta and cheesecake. I'm so excited for my cheesecake. Nor the fact that my mirror is all blotchy, apparently. If I check, there's moth. And that one is blank for like 30 more minutes. I'm back, it's almost noon. It's pretty quick. less than an hour, I think. I wasn't asking for something super complicated. I might go and get them both shaded in at some point. That was the big event for the day. It's all done, and I still have so much day left. I am gonna take a nap. I am very tired. And now I have coffee in my system, and coffee often makes me sleepy. I honestly, this is gonna sound insane to people, I didn't drink coffee in the morning a single time I was in college. In undergrad, at least. I probably had a cup of coffee every single day of graduate school. But it's because I was living on my own or with other college students, so if I wanted coffee every day, I'd have to make coffee every day. So I had an electric kettle, and I would just have a cup of black decaffeinated tea every single day because caffeine makes me tired, and only some types of caffeine help me focus, so I wasn't gonna risk it. So I had a cup of decaf tea every single day. And then I started living with my parents, and my parents each have at least 2 cups of coffee every single day, and so since it's just there, it's a lot easier to just be like, la-di-da, cup of coffee, warm. So now I drink coffee regularly, and it's just like part of my routine now. But yes, so I have my coffee and my $6 latte. Mom's at the store, and there's a football game I don't care about this afternoon, so I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I should eat lunch. What should I eat for lunch? I have leftover pizza. I can make some fries. I think I have fries. I may do green drink and fries. That actually kind of sounds good. The closest I'll ever get to Isabel lunch.
The closest you'll ever get to what?
Isabel lunch.
Got some lettuce. You want me to go ahead and make... Actually, I got 2 bags of that salad kit.
Well, I can have salad twice in one day. You can tell I'm running off 6 hours of sleep, right?
Yes. Sort of, although you're often just very silly and funny.
Mm-hmm. I like that the choice was between grapes and potato chips.
Yes. As they say on TV, this travel is real.
Mm-hmm. What time is the game? Is it 2?
2:30.
Okay.
Well, are you thinking there's still a chance you want to go to the brewery tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I need to make sure I get everything ready.
Yeah, what time do you want to go to avoid the hooligans? Do you want to try and go before the game?
Oh, that's interesting. You will talk to a father.
Because then I can come home and I can take a nap. A beer-inspired nap.
Where the heck did I put my gum shoes? Oh.
In a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I did not get a good shot, so. Hi everyone, I'm home. My hands smell like dial gold. I went to the brewery, I got a beer. Apparently, when you go to the brewery on your birthday, you get free beer. So, free beer for me, and they gave me the big glass. They don't always give me the big glass. But yes, that was nice. I'm gonna take a nap. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very tired. I got 6 hours of sleep last night. It's about 3 o'clock. I'll come back when it's time for dinner, when I'm awake. You guys like my shirt? This is one of my favorite shirts. I know I've worn it for a video before, but it's a skeleton with the sliding down the hill with a Santa hat on. My leg doesn't hurt too much. I'm pleasantly surprised by it all. Oh, I should take my mascara off. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. I took a nap. It was good. Honestly, if it had been any longer, I probably would have woken up with a headache, so it's fine. The football game is still on. We haven't started dinner yet. So I think I just want to watch Supernatural and have some craft time. Because I have homework, but I've decided I'm not doing any of it today. I usually don't do homework on Saturdays if I can help it anyway. That's kind of my grad school rule to maintain my sanity. Yeah, so I just want something kind of silly to do. And I have this I got for Christmas. I could start it at least. I don't think I'm gonna finish it. Here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's the little mushrooms. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna set this up and start working on this and have some chill time. It is kind of like I had to accept that if I wanted to get a tattoo, then I wasn't gonna look cute today. Because I would, be taking a nap, because I knew I'd be worn out from the experience, from the social interaction more than the actual pain, though this was more painful than I was expecting it to be. I have some really old scarring on my legs, and it is really, really hard to see if you don't know it's there. I don't even know where they are at this point. And I knew that they were there because I remember it hurting really badly in those places with my other leg. But there were way more on this leg because it just like every time I would get through one scar, it would be on to the next. And I was like, I am brave, I am strong. I get menstrual cramps worse than this. I've got this. Like, I really had to zen out.
Anything? No. You have any idea what you're looking for? Whoa. We can explain. Property? What? I don't know.
Coffee black and some hot sauce noodles. Crap. Thanks.
Nice reflexes. You just have to. You owe me that much. Don't tell me to calm down. I can't calm down. I can't. Because what?
This is about as far as I got. I only ended up doing the green, but I painted for like an hour. I let it dry. It's kind of crappy paint, but it was still fun.
Hey, Ben. What's up? Here's yours, babe.
My cheesecake was so good. It was so good. I was literally so excited for it, and it was perfect. My big present for my parents was they got me a Dutch oven because I make sourdough. I make soup a lot, and I've been wanting one for a while because we don't have one. I can show you what my sister got me. It's chaperone. It's a little lamp. It's very cute. Yeah, and then one of my mom's friends got me a bunch of bee-themed stuff since once she found out I was going to be. So this is the book I got. It's a biography of honey. Oh, it has illustrations. That's cool. It's so pretty. Like, look at that cover. This little tote. One thing about me, I love a little canvas tote bag. I have so many of them, and I use all of them pretty much. One I keep my yarn stuff in, and then the other two I use intermittently. One was my school bag for a while, and then I'll go show you guys in a second, but my current office chair, I've had it for a while now, and it has a bunch of fake leather on it, and the fake leather peels. If you've ever been like, why does her chair just have a bunch of random spots in it in any of my videos where I'm sitting at my desk, that's because the leather is slowly falling off. So my floor is just covered. It doesn't matter how many times I vacuum my room. Every time I sit down or I stand up, more stuff goes everywhere. And my mom was like, why don't you just get seat cushions? And I'm like, it's fine. I'll just use a blanket. She was like, well, now I can get you whatever I want and you can't say anything. So now I have seat cushions. Here we go. And you can see like that on the ground. That's the fake leather. Yeah, it covers the back, which is kind of crazy. This is a little crooked, but it's fine. No one sees that except me. I can get my pajamas, and I can get my bed. Today has been good. I'm really tired, but today has been good. It still feels weird. Especially because, like, I don't know, once you turn 21, like, there are a couple milestones left. But it is just kind of like, yay, I'm a year older. Like, my mom was asking me, she was like, so what do you think about this last year of your life? Anything important happen? I did school and I lived at home. I started YouTube, I guess. I started an Etsy shop. You know, like, those are all, I don't know, they just feel really normal and mundane, but I guess they're also worth celebrating. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is just always a weird time of year for me, no matter what, and I try really hard to make it positive because I'm sick of it being such a negative experience, but just me, it's easy and it doesn't feel right all the time. Sometimes you don't really feel like celebrating, and it's important to kind of just focus on what you can celebrate instead of what you feel like wailing about. There hasn't been a lot that's happened this year, but I do feel like emotionally I've gone through a lot and I've developed a lot, and that might not show on the surface or be the first thing I think of, but I do think it's important, and I am proud of myself for some of the stuff I forced myself to deal with. That's all I really have to say about that. I did want to say something, but I'm like, kind of wasn't really sure. I still am not really sure how I feel, but that's okay. I took a shower. I'm clean. My hair is dripping a bit though. That is the shortest shower I've taken in a while because I had to kind of prop my leg up. I think I'm gonna read my book for a little bit and then I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for coming along with me, guys. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's it for me. Today's been a good day. Good night, everyone.